Once you've got the vision, it doesn't end with vision, because you need a few other elements of the strategic plan. And I'll just outline these for you, and we won't necessarily go into detail. But so once you get the vision, then the next thing I would do is a traditional, what's called a SWOT analysis: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, particularly in light of your vision. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your opportunities and your threats? And that is so much fun to do that. From there, you're going to want to move. Third element of a strategic plan is, what are sort of your strategic priorities? In other words, out of that SWOT analysis, what are the 7 to 10 things that you must address in this next year if you're going to move toward that vision?
Okay.
Then from the strategic priorities, you want to distill that or transform those into 7 to 10 goals for your organization. And I would highly recommend not more than that. 7 to 10 goals for your organization. And I described—
I was going to say, I bet many people try and bite off more than they can chew.
Totally. And it's a huge mistake. Now, they can cascade down so that every department can have 7 to 10, but the 7 to 10 at the top level, make sure that everybody on your executive team or your leadership team owns one of those, but not one person owns all of those. So I have, as the CEO of Michael Hyatt and Company, I only have one goal that's mine, and it happens to be the net profit goal for the year. Everything else gets parsed out to everybody else. So we don't want everybody overwhelmed. They're going to have divisional goals or departmental goals in addition to the top level corporate goals. So then you get the goals, and you can identify a few of the next actions, but don't, unless you're building nuclear submarines or you're NASA, you don't need these elaborate action plans. All you need is the first few steps that you got to take to get the ball rolling. So that's the essence of the strategic plan. Now, here's what's important, though. You can't put it in a binder and file it away. The first thing you've got to do is create alignment in your organization. Alignment is predicated upon vision. So in other words, you have to have something to align around. What are you going to align around? You got to align around the vision. So you've got to go back and, using cascading communication, which I talk about in my book, No Fail Communication, you're going to cascade the communication down to every single person in the company so that everybody has clarity about where you're taking this bus. And then finally, it's got to be translated into execution. So vision, alignment, execution, always in that order. But the execution's got to look like, not only do you have to come up with the annual goals for every department, every division, but then you want to come up with quarterly goals, and you want to work that down into what are your weekly priorities and what are your daily actions. That's the missing linkage in so much of strategic planning.